If they do fight, who wins?
Look, the thing is with Ilia, he's a dangerous fighter and he can catch anyone. You know, if he goes there and he's stoic and he's, you know, even if the fight's not going his way, he will eventually, well, not eventually get it, but he's going to keep trying to find it. You know, the later rounds are going to get harder for him, but, you know, if he was to land, he could definitely knock him out.
I wanted to talk to you. Obviously, you had a big week at the UFC. Some crazy stuff went down. With Ilia moving up to lightweight, vacating the title. You weren't able to announce it then, but is it safe to say that Ilia Islam is the fight that we're sort of working towards, or could he be fighting?
There's still other problems.
Talk about a straight gangster and believing in yourself. I'm moving up to the next division because I think I'm so good. I am going to be the pound for pound fighter. I want the pound for pound guy at the next division. That's incredible what Ilia Topuria is doing.
Ilia Topuria goes up to 190 pounds, man.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He still has abs, bro. He was 187 pounds. You know what I'm saying is, I don't think size is going to be the difference.
Tsarukyan should be fighting Makhachev. He is the #1 contender. Yes, he got injured and he couldn't make the fight, but he didn't lose. He's still the #1 contender in my eyes, but we know how the UFC operates, and Dana, whatever happened, didn't really like it, it seemed, and he's not getting the shot.
Topuria has made his intentions clear. He has moved up in weight to become a double champ and has already solidified his legacy in the featherweight division. Now, the former featherweight champion is confident that he can be the first fighter to submit the renowned Dustin Poirier.
Topuria just felt like he's done all that he can in that division, and he feels like he's cemented his legacy, and his body cannot make the weight anymore, so Topuria will be moving up to 155 pounds and will be vacating.
Ilia Topuria has firmly established himself as one of the best fighters in the UFC at the moment. After cementing his legacy in the featherweight division, Topuria is eager to achieve even greater things and wants to be remembered as a dual champion. UFC legend Michael Bisping sees this potential matchup as an exciting contest. He believes Topuria has earned tremendous success in a short period and also acknowledges Islam Makhachev's incredible performance in the lightweight division. Bisping praised the #1 pound-for-pound fighter for his remarkable power and striking, saying, "That's an incredible fight. Ilia Topuria, what he's been able to do, what he's achieved in such a short space of time, so impressive. Same with Islam. Islam is incredible. Nobody can sit here and criticize Islam. The fight style that he has, the way he uses his wrestling so effectively, the striking is always improving and catching up." Bisping also discussed Topuria's weaknesses in the fight, rating both Islam and Topuria highly. However, he believes in such a competitive matchup, the bigger fighter usually has the advantage. Despite this, Bisping praised Topuria's confidence, saying that only Topuria has the guts to beat Islam. But on the flip side, Ilia is the smaller guy. So when you take two guys with great skill sets, the bigger guy is always going to win. But if anyone could make that happen, it's Ilia Topuria. The man said what he's going to do right from the beginning and changed his bio to champion of the world. However, Bisping didn't completely rule out Topuria's chances. As the former featherweight champion, Topuria has knocked out some of the biggest names in his division. Bisping stated, "He has knocked out Volkanovski. He has knocked out Max Holloway. He's knocking out everybody, and apparently he's even better at wrestling than he is at boxing." Meanwhile, Alexander Volkanovski, who has fought both Islam and Topuria, named Topuria as the biggest threat to Islam. Volkanovski believes that Topuria has the ability to knock out the lightweight champion.
In a hypothetical fight against Islam, how do you see that fight going? If it goes to the ground, do you feel confident that you could out-grapple him, or would you try to keep it standing? And
my mindset is always the same. I'm always looking to achieve things that no one could. So if someone could submit him, I will be the first one to submit him.
Any specific submission?
Now I heard some love from some idiots, but it's gonna happen.
Volkanovski knows that it won't be easy for the Georgian fighter to knock out Islam, but according to him, the chances of such a finish can't be ruled out. He said Islam is a tough fighter, but Topuria has the strength and power to beat any fighter in the octagon.
Fight, who wins?
Look, the thing is with Ilia, he's a dangerous fighter and he can catch anyone. You know, and if he goes there and he's stoic and he's, you know, even if the fight's not going his way, he will eventually, well, not eventually get it, but he's going to keep trying to find it. You know, the later rounds are going to get harder for him, but, you know, if he was to land, he could definitely knock him out. Do I think, you know...
According to Volkanovski, Islam might be the favorite in this fight, but the challenger always has a chance to shock everyone. He thinks Topuria can catch the Dagestani fighter, and there is a high probability that he will also snatch his title.
It's going to be hard to do. I think, you know, Islam's a pretty safe fighter. I think the scrambling stuff, even if Ilia's takedown defense is solid, I still think them exchanges are going to be better off for Islam. But you mean, you can't count Ilia's power out, you know, them hands. You know, he's going to be, you know, looking for that shot. Them early rounds, he's going to be very dangerous. So, you know, to say he's got no chance is silly.
To become a double champion, and that's why he vacated his title. But Diego Lopes has given an interesting update. Diego Lopes will fight Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight title at UFC 314 after Topuria's move. He revealed that the UFC has dismissed the rule of becoming a double champion. He added that if a champion wants to move up, he has to vacate his title. Diego Lopes told ESPN's Deb Ports they were very clear and watched that they said they are no longer giving a chance to jump from one weight class to another. If you want to move up, you have to vacate your title. Diego Lopes said that this rule will now be applied to all UFC champions who are thinking of becoming a double champion. Diego Lopes added, "This is what the UFC has said to all the champions who are planning to move up a weight class. They will no longer have the status of double champion simultaneously. I think in the end, it's up to each individual to decide." However, Dana White has reacted to these claims made by Diego Lopes and said that he has no problem with double champs if the fighter is ready to defend both his belts.
You know what I mean? And then that's how I've always, for myself as well, that's how I've always seen myself only getting beaten by someone catching me. I don't feel like anyone can actually beat me, but everyone has a chance of catching you. And I still believe that's the case now. But I mean, you've got some that are, you know, better chances than others, and Ilia has the better chance.
The UFC Hall of Famer Michael Bisping acknowledged the step from the UFC. He thinks it's a great initiative because nowadays every champion is thinking about moving up and getting the double champ status.
He said in an interview that the UFC are going to try and sort of stop double champs from happening in the future. Like, so if this case happened, you would have asked Ilia to give up the belt. I don't know if that's a rule, but is that something you'd rather see guys actually vacate rather than try and do both at the same time?
Unless you think you can, you know, defend your title. Listen, if there's a guy that thinks he can do it and wants to defend both belts and has accomplished all these...
There have been many rumors suggesting that the UFC asked Topuria to move up in weight, but Dana White has denied these claims. He stated that it was actually Topuria's own decision to move up, as he felt he had accomplished...
Islam wants to go up to 170, Bilal doesn't want to fight him, Islam's talking about going up to 185, the featherweight champ wants to go up to 150.
Ilia Topuria wants a direct title shot against the lightweight champion, and his team revealed that Topuria doesn't want to fight other top contenders of the division, and is confident about getting a fight with the champ Islam. A member of Topuria's team confirmed to the Russian media agency TASS that the former featherweight champion has no plans to fight anyone.